Hey, this is René, welcome back to another video on this channel, and today I want to make another EA review for a mql5 EA, and this time it will be the Investment Innovator EA. And we can find this EA currently ranking at the third place in the mql5 market. It is one of these more expensive EAs. And right now it is looking really good, the rating is really good, but still this EA is not out for a long time. So we will have to figure out if this EA could be a good one or if the salesperson is promising maybe a little bit too much. So the idea of this EA is again some artificial intelligence, machine learning kind of expert advisor. So let's have a look at the sales page first here. We can read a lot of text here, and I read the text, and it pretty much says that the EA is analyzing the markets and it's waiting for multiple signals pretty much that are then combined to find a trading opportunity and make a trading decision. And there's also another article which is linked, and you should of course read this before you buy the product. And this text is pretty much saying the same. So the EA is analyzing a lot of stuff. Then there is explained how this machine learning algorithm should work. But the big problem that I kind of have is that we don't get any more information. And maybe this is because of the lack of understanding of machine learning and artificial intelligence programs. But as far as I understand this text, the EA is just analyzing like chart patterns or price movement, and based on this movement it will then take action and trade like long and short positions. And we don't really get more information about how this works. It's just like it's just explaining like the general work that machine learning can do. And the big question is, I think, if you think or if you believe that a program, or like in general, that the past price movements of the last X days, for example, if they can indicate future price movement. And if you think so, you might want to have a closer look at this EA. And if you don't, it's pretty much not the EA for you, I think. So yeah, I will not focus too much on this machine learning concept, or this I don't want to explain this too much, because in the end we won't really be able to explain it, because we do not see the code. We just read what the salesperson is telling us. But you always have to understand that if you do not see the source code yourself and someone is telling you something, you kind of have to believe it, and you really have to trust this person, because he could say anything. And I'm not saying that he's doing this, but he could lie to you like completely about everything. He could say this EA is like some super complex machine learning artificial intelligence program, and then in the end it's not, and it's just doing random trades. This would be possible, absolutely, because you do not see the source code. And also the mql5 platform doesn't really care about the EAs, what they do, and they don't really look into the source code. When you upload something to the platform, it's just a automated analysis pretty much of the trades that the program does, but it's not really, nobody really looks into the EA itself. So it's just an automated check if there are some errors when the EA tries to open positions and stuff, but nobody really looks if the description of a program matches the source code and what it actually does. So then let's have a look at this. This is really interesting to me. It says limited offer, price $1,111 US. Attention traders, currently only 20 copies of the blah 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 are available for purchase. Let's go all the way up here. little bit weird, because this EA was actually sold only this month for a total of 46 times. So this is a straight up lie, or I didn't really understand the text here, but to me it says there are only 20 copies sold and there are more copies sold. So this to me is a lie, which is not really something that helps me to trust the salesperson. I mean, I could understand this wrong, but to me it's pretty clear. So, yeah, but this is something that I told you before. Like, people write a lot of stuff to sell their product. And you should not trust everything you read here. Like, people can write anything. Nobody is checking these descriptions really. Like mql5, this is my personal experience, that they do not really care what is written here. I mean, they say that you should not promise profits and stuff, but in the end, they don't really care. They don't really check this. They don't really change this. They don't really talk to you if you talk bullshit here. So in my, from my experience, you can write whatever you want to market your product, and mql5 is just happy because they take their 20% cut of every single sale. So yeah, this is a straight up lie, or I interpreted this wrong, but I think it's pretty obvious. And then it also says that the price might increase. And this is also something that people tell you to sell their product. Okay, so what else can we see? We have some signals that we will have a look at in a second. And oh yeah, also like people are always asking about this number here, 46 purchases per month. This number also for me is not always there. It's there sometimes, but not always. And for example, if I open the tab again here, it is not there. So I had this tab open for some hours and I didn't close it because it was here in the morning for me, but later the information disappeared. And this is random, I think. Sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. But what I can say is, since I'm also selling programs in the mql5 market, the number that is written here is correct. So if it says 46 copies were sold, it's actually true. So there were 46 purchases, which means 46 persons bought or rented the program in this month. So the number is accurate, but yeah, for some reason it's not always there. So let's have a look at the signals. Signals are always great because they show us how the program worked in the live account. And I want to have a look at several things. First of all, we will have a look at the signals, of course. Then really important for me is how long do we see these signals? 2 months, which is not really a super long time. And wait, how long is this active? It's not even a month, I think. So statistics, how do we see this? I think this signal is not here for a long time. Yeah, actually just like 7 days. So yeah, you should not put too much weight or trust into signals that are there only for 10 days. And then we have a third signal, which is around for, this is the longest signal. This is around for 3 months. And yeah, I mean, you can see it here. Also, what is really interesting is for the last signal, I don't know, but the algo trading is only 89%, which is also something that should not really be like this if you are looking at a signal from an expert advisor, because this means that some of the trades were done manually. So the Sergey actually closed or opened trades manually or modified them. I don't really know what exactly happened, but it's not like 100% work of the EA. And yeah, this signal is doing kind of okay. I mean, it's positive, but you can see like from the performance of the month, it's actually he's trading either big lot sizes or a lot of positions, because the profits and losses for every month are kind of huge. So sometimes you have 40% plus, 10% plus, or 30% loss. So this is quite a lot. For the rest of the signals, I think there are several models or mode for this EA. So we will have a look at this in a second when we have a look at the EA and the tester. But yeah, you can see that, for example, this one seems to be some kind of martingale or grid. At least it looks like this, because positions are held open for as long as they are negative, and once they are positive, they seem to be closed. This is typically speaks for a martingale or grid component in the strategy, where you just like add up positions in if you're losing, and then close them if they are profitable, or you just keep the positions open for as long as they are negative and then close them when they are positive. And this signal also seems to close positions also when they are negative, which is kind of good. But also, like, the equity was way below the balance for some time, so positions seem to be kind of risky. And yeah, this is something you should always keep in mind. Okay, so the signals, we cannot really learn too much from the signals, because most of them are only there for like a month or two, which is not a super long period of time. So we should wait a little bit longer to see how this actually develops. And why choose my expert advisor? Yeah, I mean, again, this is kind of sales talk. Doesn't really help us to understand the program. And yeah, then I like this. He says past results do not guarantee profits in the future. And this is actually true. Not a single person can guarantee you profits in the future when you're trading the financial markets. It's always a risk with every system. And there's not such a thing as a holy grail or something. Okay, so let's have a look at the program now. We have some recommended settings. We will have a look at this in a second. Oh, also we can have a look at the reviews. Reviews are all positive, but also, like, for the first few reviews, you have to be really careful, because I also read in the forum already, like, seller on mql5, sometimes they even buy reviews, or they give out the EA for free to someone if they get a good review. So it could be, yeah, reviews can be tricked. And that's why I always like to wait like some month to see how the reviews actually are changing. Like, often you see that the reviews are really good in the first weeks or months, and then as there are the first losing trades, reviews start to become a little bit worse. But yeah, let's jump right into the MetaTrader 5. Let's have a look at the navigator. We should find expert advisors here. We should find market here. If we go to buy from the market, we can search for the EA, and it is the Investment Innovator EA. Click on it, download demo, and then we are good to go to use the program in the strategy tester. So let's do this. Let me wait a second until it's downloaded. There it is. And let's open the strategy tester real quick. Okay, there is the strategy tester visual mode. And of course, we will choose the EA that I just downloaded as a demo. It's the Investment Innovator. Okay, so let's start with gold, because this is recommended by the salesperson, but we can also have a look at other symbols later on, and we can also start with the M30 time frame here, as it is recommended. So let's have a look at the inputs, and we see quite some inputs here, so let's have a look at this. And of course, I didn't purchase the program, so I cannot really talk to the salesperson and ask for like recommended settings, but we see these several models that we saw already for the live signals. So they seem to work differently, and stage 4. Yeah, we see a lot of inputs that I don't really understand, because this needs explanation by the salesperson. So if you purchase the program, make sure to ask about the settings. But I think we can just try one or two of these, or like at least the different models, and try to figure out how it works. The EA ID is probably just the magic number, symbol prefix, symbol suffix, probably helps us to trade multiple symbols at the same time. If we add something here like USD, then we would probably trade all the USD pairs. And yeah, then we have trailing start, trailing stop, probably a trailing stop mechanism where we start if we are 75 points in profit and then trailing a distance of 25 points. This would be really common for a trailing stop. Then we have a used trailing stop for second order. Second order, this kind of already indicates that we will have some kind of grid mechanism, because then you will have a second, a third, and a fourth, and so on order. So this might tell us that we might see multiple orders. And then I think we could use the trailing stop if we have multiple orders or not. And this is like the setting for it, I assume. Then we have the take profit and stop loss. This is pretty obvious what it means. Then we have a menu. Yeah, I will just keep this all active or true. This does not really seem to have any impact on the strategy itself. I think this means if we want to see like this information in the chart or not, and I will just keep it active. Then we have the lot size. We can choose auto lot or a lot size, a fixed lot size. So yeah, I will just go with auto lot. I think we will just use a percentage of the account and use different currencies. This is something I read about in the comments here. I think if my account would not be in US dollar, I could use a like currency cross rate here to make sure the EA is still working correctly. We have a news filter. Yeah, I think we can just filter news. Will not work in the strategy tester because news filters usually do not work in the strategy tester, so we can skip this. And then we have a maximum drawdown. This is something that I kind of like because it adds safety to the EA. But whenever you have this maximum drawdown feature here, it often shows that there is actually some kind of martingale or grid involved where you build up really big positions, so you have some kind of security if everything's going wrong. Then we have AI spread detection, probably just a spread filter, and we can trade or not trade on Fridays. Okay, so the rest of the inputs are really easy to understand and kind of self-explanatory. But the first settings, this is something you would have to ask about if you want to purchase the program. But yeah, we will just go ahead and test with the Model 1 and just give it a quick go here. So let me just use, we'll just use the default settings here. And maybe, just change the model to Model 1. And then if we click on Start, it will open another window and show us how this EA would have worked from 2020 to 2023. There seems to be a problem. I don't know if I'm not connected to the internet here. Yeah. Okay, let's start the test. And there we go. So I have to wait until everything is loaded. We see that we will use the 30-minute chart and the 4-hour chart of the symbol that we want to trade. And there it is. The Investment Innovator EA is here. So yeah, it looks kind of the same as we already saw it here in the screenshots. So we have this like information box in the chart, which tells us the name of the EH, it tells us the broker, the server, the leverage. I mean, this information, of course, has no impact on the functionality of the EA. It's just some information that you can also receive from a broker and everything. And then we have AI spread. These are some of the settings. Okay, it's nice to see like the most important settings here in the chart as a information, but of course this doesn't really give us any information that we cannot get like otherwise, because the balance and equity, I mean, you can also read this in the MetaTrader 5. And we can see the profit here, and we can see the model and the stage. So this is just a nice overview. I assume that this moving image here or graph or whatever you want to call it. I think this is just some, it's just looking nice, but I don't think this is actually doing something, because you can see whenever there's a tick, it just moves. So if I speed it up, it moves fast. If I speed it down, like whenever there's a tick in the chart, it moves. So I think he just added the code here for this little graphic to make it look sexy, but it doesn't really have any impact. Okay, so in the chart, we also see something. Of course, this donkey channel is not really part of the program. This is because I loaded the save template. This is my tester template right now, but if I overwrite it, like for the next test, the donkey channel will be gone. And yeah, so we also see this like scanning process in the chart. And wait, yeah, it's pretty much the same as we saw it before. I think like it's just kind of doing the same all the time. I assume that the lines are just moving somehow randomly there to create this beautiful effect. I mean, it looks cool, but personally, I mean, it's obviously not necessary to see this, because the EA doesn't really care about like this image in the chart. It's just analyzing the price data at maximum, but it's not really caring about like what's going on in the chart, like if there is some visual scanning process. This is just, it's looking nice for us as a human, but for the PC it doesn't really matter. And then yeah, if I speed this up, we can see it's going really slow. So doing visual backtests with this program will be a real pain. Maybe if I close it, it will be a little bit faster. No, it's just super slow. So the program is just like super slow in general, which is not great for testing. I don't know, if the program is doing a lot of calculations, it's okay to be kind of slow. It will not really have an impact on the trades, I think. But for testing, of course, this is a real pain. So I don't think I will do a like 60-hour or 70-hour visual backtest now. But when we have a look at this here again, he shows us a backtest where it's sped up or speeded up. I don't know. And you can see it's just analyzing. And then it seems to find patterns, like first pattern, second pattern, third pattern, fourth pattern, fifth pattern. And then it somehow takes action and trades. We cannot really know what these patterns are. I think it has something to do with this rectangles. Somehow we probably have like a range that the program is waiting for, and if we see multiple ranges, we then trade or something. But yeah, this is something I cannot explain fully, because I do not have access to the source code, so it's hard to really understand what the program does under the hood. And also this visual backtest is like super slow, super boring. And yeah, as I said, it will not really give us more information. So let's close this and let's just do a non-visual backtest. And let's see if this will be faster. We can do a single backtest and let's give it a go. And this is probably faster. If not, then we can still turn off like all the visual elements in the chart, which should probably speed up the test. And then we can just have a look at the equity and balance in the strategy tester. And because this really tells us a lot about the strategy. If we see only winning trades, for example, it's nearly guaranteed that it's some kind of martingale grid, whatever program. But yeah, I think it's also dependent on the mode that we choose and everything. Okay. So right now, Actually, I would like to see the trades, but I assume that whenever we are negative here, and yeah, this is what we can actually see here. So you can see sometimes when this like green line is below the blue line, it means that the position that we have currently open is not going good. It's not positive. And this is why we add up more positions. And this is what you can see in this deposit load. The deposit load is increasing when the green line is below the blue line, which kind of means that we add up multiple positions if one of the positions is losing, which is pretty common for martingale, or in this case at least grid strategies. So I think when the program is seeing that that positions are losing, we just add up more of these positions. And yeah, so market sell, deal perform, market sell, and we can also see that these positions, they seem to become bigger. So you can see here we had 3 consecutive sell positions already. 3 consecutive sell positions already, because I think the positions were not going right, or not going good. And then at some point we probably close these positions or parts of these positions. Yeah, we can have a look at this if I stop the test. But also you can see like it's a martingale grid system. You can see here the green performance line, or the equity, is way below the balance. And if you would decide to close all of your trades here, like you would be pretty much at break even. So yeah, it's pretty similar to most of the programs in the mql5 market. It's most of the time it's winning, it's looking great, but at some point it will crash most likely. And the question is, when will it crash? And as long as it is looking like this, he will sell a lot of copies of the program, he will make a lot of money, but once it crashes, it will most likely be removed from the mql5 market. This is my view on the program that I have right now, with the information that I have right now. And yeah, this is how most of the programs in the mql5 market are designed. They are designed for quick and a lot of sales, and at some point it will crash. And I mean, this is fine. I mean, martingale and grid systems are okay. You can use it if you're fine with the risk, but you really have to know that if you see drawdowns like this, where the equity is way below the balance, it's not a safe strategy. It's not. It's just not. So it's a high risk program. And at this point, we don't even know if there is some kind of history reading going on, or if the trades are somehow hard coded for the history in the source code. All of these things are somehow possible, I assume, but we cannot really be sure that this is not happening in this EA. So just be really careful. Okay, so let's stop this for a second. Let's have a look at the journal again. So let's modify it. So you can see here, like we sell more and more positions. Like here we have a market sell position. We have another market sell position. We modify, and then I think we will close both of these positions, yes, at the same time with a combined profit. And yeah, then we have a buy position where the stop loss is triggered because there was only one open buy position. Then the buy position is closed. We have a sell position, take profit. Yeah, so it seems to be like this, like positions are opened, they have the TP and the stop loss, if the price is going into the right direction, into the direction of the TP, at some point the trailing stop loss will activate and it will secure the profits. But if it's going into the wrong direction, like in the direction of the stop loss, then we will see more positions. Actually, this is a little bit weird. Since we have this stop loss, wait, when positions are opened, market sell. TP. If positions have a stop loss, then I don't really understand how the grid mechanism works. But let's have a look at this market sell. Yeah, I think I will have to start a visualized test again. Maybe I can turn off the information in the chart for quicker processing. Let me turn off everything that we don't need here. So show info menu, no. Show animations, no. Show AI performance, nope. I don't want to see all of this. It's just making the program slower and it doesn't really help us to understand this. Okay, maybe we can also choose like the second mode now. And let's give it another go here. Oh, and I wanted to start a visualized backtest. Okay, so now I will just start another test and I will just wait until we see the first trades, and then we can talk about the trades in more detail. Okay, so as we can see here, the test is going way quicker now. So we see some interesting things. So for example, here we have a sell signal. So a sell position was opened with a specific volume. We see a TP, but what is interesting is we don't see a stop loss. And this is a little bit weird because we added the stop loss points here. So I don't really know why we don't see a stop loss. History. TP, stop loss. So this is the in for the stop loss. So why don't we see the stop loss? Market sell, deals and order performed. Blah, blah, blah. Stop loss is at 16.13. There. Oh, it's just far away. Ah, okay. So the stop loss is just super far away. So probably this is because of the mode, but it's really far away. It shouldn't be this far away when we have a look at the inputs. And yeah. Okay, so this is also because we are using mode 2 now. And this mode could be a little bit different than the first one. I think here we do not see this grid mechanism, but we just see a really big stop loss and a smaller TP, which of course also leads to a performance like this. And if we have a look at this again here at the signals, this is mode 2, and yeah, this is what we can see here. Like positions are sometimes in a drawdown, but they are not really closed, or at least not if they don't hit the stop loss. And then they are just closed when they hit the TP. Also, we don't really seem to hit any stop loss here, which is not super realistic. So this is something else I would be really careful with if you only see winning trades like this. You want to see at least 1 or 2 losing trades, because if you have a system that is always winning, in my opinion, it's just not possible. This is printing money. If you would have such a system, you would probably not sell it, and it's just not realistic. So yeah, there are just no losing trades. Also, what we can see is when the price is increasing here, like in this segment, I think we are only seeing, or most of these positions are buy positions, and we don't see a lot of sell positions. We only see sell positions if the price is falling. So yeah, so I don't think that you can predict the future as accurate as the program does here. So I would be really careful here. I would not, I would just wait like a little bit longer for more honest reviews coming in before I purchase a program like this. But I want to test the model 1 again in the visual mode, because I think this is the one that actually has this grid component where multiple positions are opened. Or at least this is what I assumed before from the entries in the journal. And let's just wait for the first trades. Yeah, the test is going way quicker now, which is great, because I disabled the visual components here that made the test really slow. So there we have the first trade, a sell trade. Let's check if we have a stop loss here. No, this time we don't have a stop loss, and I think this is because yeah, and you saw here we have multiple sell positions then. So this actually really seems to be the grid strategy that I assumed it would be. So yeah, you can see it's a classical grid strategy. Not really, nothing too fancy. Nothing that I didn't explain multiple times already on the channel. And now to finish this off, we can have a look at the model 3. This will be another model, I think, and let's have a look at what this does. So the first model is a classical grid system. Like when you have losing positions, you just add up multiple positions until you're profitable, then you close all of them. The second one was a strategy where you have this really small risk-reward ratio, where you have a really small take profit, a really wide SL, and this will of course help you to have a really high hit rate, and most of the trades will be winners. But if you have losing trades, they will have a really big impact on the account, of course. And yeah, now we see the last strategy, model 3, which seems to open multiple buy positions or multiple positions at the same time. One with a, okay, yeah, got it. Yeah. So you can see we have two positions. One has ATP that is half of the distance of the second one. And then it uses a trailing stop for the second position. Now we actually saw a losing trade, which is great. This is kind of what you want to see. Also, the position size is quite big, with over one lot for only 20k in the account. So it's a really, really high leverage. But yeah, I mean, at least we saw a losing trade here, which is great. But still, I think we won't see too many losing trades. And tests in the strategy tester for mql5 programs usually look really great because it's a great marketing tool. But again, I wouldn't trust this too early. I would just wait for some more reviews. And the most important question, as always, is if you purchase a program, can you trust the salesperson? Like, do you have a good feeling? Do you like how the person communicates and everything? And this is always really important, I think, because you can never really know what is under the hood when you have an expert advisor, because it's a black box for you. You can only read what the salesperson is writing, and you really have to trust this. And yeah, so just be really careful with it, and don't be fooled, if you want to say so, by the really good backtests, because backtests can always be optimized or a little bit manipulated in the MetaTrader 5. So this is it for the test of the Investment Innovator EA. So it seems to be an AI machine learning program, which I cannot verify or deny because I don't see the source code. Besides this, we don't get a lot of information. Tests are looking great as usual in the tester for any mql5 program, and there's a lot of stuff going on in the chart, like a lot of visualization, which is only for you as a human trader, but the program doesn't really care about what's going on in the chart. So yeah, this is my little breakdown on this EA, little summary, and let me know what you think about it. I would love to hear your opinion on this. Leave a comment, especially if you bought the product and if you have some real life experience with it. Do you think this could be a really good program, or do you think this is something that is just in the mql5 market to make quick money as quickly as possible, and then once the program crashes, we will never see the salesperson again? So thanks for watching. Yeah, looking forward to hear your opinion. Have a great time, good trades. See you next time. Bye-bye.